I think it's consistency and just the drive to always continue going, because we have losing days, losing weeks, of course. Every trader has that. But I think it's how you recover and the emotion that you have behind it. People that I look up to, I study them. I study them very, very deeply, and that's how I know that your project is what everybody needs to actually get into. Because there's a lot of prop firms out here. There's a lot of things that people are doing, but not for the right reason. Yeah. You provide value. Yeah. I know this. Yeah. You know, because as I said, I've studied you. Yeah. So I prefer to rock with somebody who provides value. Obviously, you're gonna still be making money, but if you're providing value, I think that's the most important part of it.
Welcome back to the Billionaire Podcast, the biggest podcast. We're here with Bryan. You know, he's a day trader, investor, and we're going to talk to him about his journey. You know, how did he get started, his plans, and all of those nice little things, because I know a lot of you guys are traders out there, entrepreneurs that want to actually do something with your life, or if you're already doing something, you want to level up on a different level, and it's always good to talk to somebody that is doing it also. So I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell you know, about his journey. And, you know, let's dive into it. So, Kobe, thanks for being a part of the Billionaire Podcast.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right. So, my name is Bryan, as you guys already maybe know. So, my journey started back in 2019 through QBanks, through the Wall Street Academy.
We just dropped a vlog with him.
With him, right.
About it, yeah,
right. So, that's been my mentor for over 4 years. Yeah. So, my journey coming to America was actually through seeing what QBanks has accomplished, the people around him, all his persons that became great out of his mentorship and all that. So purchasing a course for $750 back then was, you know, a crazy amount of money, and that was the last amount of money that I had. Yeah. Basically leaving high school at that time, not knowing what I wanted to do with my future or anything. I knew that school wasn't it for me because I wasn't the most brilliant in school, but I've always been business minded, soul sweet in school, you know, just always grinding. Yeah. The grind basically came from seeing that my mom and dad has been working all of my life, and that wasn't my intention. And then in 2019, I, you know, had a kid. So that changed everything for me. So my life became more so about being successful for my kid and just providing for my family. Yeah. Right? So 2019, when I started trading, I was still actually living with my mom. She had a bathroom it wasn't finished or anything. I had to move my setup in it.
The training setup.
My training stuff in it. I just bought some random stuff. Just wanted to look cool, you know, but didn't have any knowledge or anything. Went to the course. You know, persons actually go through courses like just boom, boom, boom. For me, I had to dissect everything. Yeah. Get the most out of it, because there's no way I was going to pay $750. Not coming from a rich family, just saving that up from lunch money or whatnot and having that. So for me, that's where it all started. And then it went on into me becoming a profitable trader. Yeah. Just through hard work, just through seeing what other people have done. Just like yourself, you know, you have been an inspiration through all my trading career. And, you know, just being here right now is pretty much amazing. Thanks to Dwayne also.
Doing is the man. Yeah. So let me ask you, right? On your journey, like, there are so many different things that you could have actually learned or utilized to become successful. Yeah. You know, it never had to be trading. It could be something else, right? What made you decide to start learning how to trade? Like, what was that thing that made you say, hey, this is the thing that I'm definitely going to learn? Yeah.
So I had a friend that I've known all my life. Yeah. So he started to trade when QBanks was just starting to learn, right? So he had always talked about it and whatever, but you know, being young and naive, you're not really thinking about that. But leaving high school with not much plans as to, you know, what you're gonna do, it was always football for me. Soccer, as they call it in America, but it was always football for me. That's what I've been doing all my life before trading. Me going into trading was solely because I had been denied my student visa for a scholarship coming to America in 2019, early in 2019. That basically broke because I was leaving school, and the opportunities I wanted was to be overseas playing soccer, playing football, and that didn't work. Yeah. So just listening to my friend talking about trading, it piqued my interest because this is something that I can do from home, the comfort of my home. I can learn this from the comfort of my home, and this doesn't involve me working for anybody, right?
Yeah.
So that's what really piqued my interest in actually getting
into the trading market. What was that turning point? Because like you're getting, right? But then you could have gotten in and then it didn't work out. Yeah, my son was a turning point. I had no choice. Yeah. I had nowhere to go. There's no way I could have grown a kid in my mom's house. My mom, Jamaican parents are definitely not gonna allow that, being that young, and being that reckless or whatever they would call it. But I feel like that changed everything for me. I had to learn how to become a man and just step up to the occasion, right? How long did it take it to become profitable?
A little bit over a year. Maybe like a year and 2 months. Okay. Yeah.
So what was the journey like? Learning and dealing with a kid and all of that? Rough.
Because it's more so like you're trading to make money. And that's where it becomes hard. I had to do was change my whole mindset of how I see money or everything. I just had to make it joy. I had to find fun in doing it. I had to find fun in studying, find fun in just taking in everything. Yeah. And that was pretty much it. But the real turning point was definitely my kid.
Yeah. So, but like going through that 1 year and not being profitable, right? And experiencing losses and stuff like that. How did you deal with your emotions? How did you deal with the bills that you had to pay and the fact that you probably had a bill to pay and you just blew your account?
So the crazy thing is that being that young, I was still living with my mom, so there wasn't much responsibility. Yeah. But having a kid on the way, then, my mom is like, all right, then you're either going to have to go to college, you're going to have to work, or you have to do something, but you're not going to just sit at home not doing anything. That was one of the turning points also, just knowing that you have to do it. Yeah. There's no other choice. I don't believe in plan Bs. Yeah. That's my biggest thing. If that's my plan, then I'm going to stick by that. Yeah. And for that reason, coming to America changed everything for me. I lost everything coming to America, having to leave my kid. That changed everything for me mentally. And trading is 90% psychology, or I think it's probably 99% psychology. Yeah. The other part is easy. Learning how to trade, doing all that that's the easy part. But the psychology part is actually when you start seeing some form of profitability.
So when it became profitable, what did you do? Like, how did you feel? Like, what was it after that?
For me, it was relief, really. It was relief, like being consistent, making consistent money. It took a lot of time, and this is the thing. A lot of persons quit in the first 6 months or whatever because they don't see results. Yeah. But my thing is that I went to school for 5 years. Yeah. And bro, I didn't believe in anything that was going on. I was always the one that was at the back of the class. I had good grades. Yeah. I left Holland High with 8 CXC subjects, but I did not believe in the sheet mentality. Like, you're not teaching me what I'm seeing out here in real life. Being poor and coming from a poor family, you actually see real life, and that's not what I was learning in high school.
So let me ask you. So do you think that you have to have for a person to become successful at trading, do you believe that it is better when they have, some type of degree or some type of education, or you think that anybody can actually learn and a person without as much education can even be even more successful than a person with?
I genuinely believe that you don't need education to be successful in anything. Yeah. I think you just need to have that drive, that passion for anything that you're doing. And I think passion was my main thing when it comes down to training. For some reason, I think it was just me being a risk taker overall in my life. I am always a risk taker. Being the captain for my football team, for Holland, for my high school, for club football or whatever, I had a lot of responsibilities. I had to take a lot of risks. I had to do more than what everybody else had to do. Yeah. I think trading brought more to my life than anything else. More responsibilities. I had to be up by a certain time. A lot of things I had to change a lot of things to become profitable.
So let me ask you, what do you think separates you from every other trader? Because they said that 99% of traders fail versus that 1% who actually pass and make it to.
I think it's consistency and just the drive to always continue going, because we have losing days, losing weeks, of course. Every trader has that. But I think it's how you recover right? And the emotion that you have behind it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is.
What is your strategy to recover from a losing week? And also, what is your strategy to maintain a profitable portfolio?
Right.
Edge.
Honestly, so for me personally, I live a very, very simple life in terms of I like to work out, play football, play games, just communicate, just enjoy nature. So for me, having a losing day or a losing week, it doesn't really change all that. But before, it was all emotions because, you had to make money.
Yeah.
And especially because of my situation, I had to be making money. There's no way I could not be making, or else I would have to go to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a crazy story right now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't remember the particular year, but you posted a lady, right?
Yeah.
She had breast cancer and
shoot. That was a memory.
Yeah. she was about to be evicted.
Yeah.
And so. And I had $500 left in my name, US dollars.
Yeah.
And I sent you that $500.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And the reason I did that wasn't because I wanted highlight or anything. My grandma had just died from cancer, and there was nothing I could have done about that. For me, my passion through trading is to actually fund other people, like to really give back. And that's a big, big part of me, like giving back. And that has been one of my main goals trading, like just giving back, helping whenever I can, wherever I can.
Yeah.
Actually, I used to do a lot of courses for free, just teach people for free, because I know what it's like not having a mentor or having somebody to actually be direct with you.
Yeah. So that's a part of why even like just touching back on the story. That's a part of why I actually do what I do, because for example, even that lady really touched me because I remember growing up in a 1-bedroom house with like 5 of us in that 1 bedroom, right? And then my mom at the time was struggling and it's hard, and then to see this lady getting evicted, and then me having a community, and say, all right, I'm putting some money, and I encourage the community members to say, hey, guys, this is what we do, this is why we're making money, because we're supposed to leave a legacy and we're supposed to be able to help other people, because we're put on this earth to help somebody in some type of way. Whether it be some positive word of affirmation, or whether it be to say, hey, you can actually learn how to trade. Just like what your friend did.
Right.
And it's just amazing to see that, we're able to actually do that type of thing, and you were able to put pitching as well too. And we're able to do that. And this is a part of why like people like us will always be abundant, because we're willing to give back positively to society, and then positive attract positive, so that will always come back to us in some type of way. Right.
And the crazy thing is that I already knew that about you, because you know what I do? People that I look up to, I study them.
Yeah.
I study them very, very deeply, and that's how I know that your project is what everybody needs to actually get into. Because there's a lot of prop firms out here. There's a lot of things that people are doing, but not for the right reason.
Yeah.
You provide value. Yeah. I know this.
Yeah.
Because as I said, I have studied you.
Yeah.
So I prefer to rock with somebody who provides value. And obviously you're gonna still be making money, but if you're providing value, I think that's the most important part of it.
That's the main thing. If you're doing it without adding value, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
You're not gonna reach for it. At some point again, because all those things just come back to you in some type of way, right? So let me ask you, in terms of your overall journey, where are you at in your journey right now, and where do you see yourself in like the next 5 years?
In my personal journey and in my trading journey, I think I'm at not the peak. Personal journey, personal development, I'm at my peak. Over the past 2-3 years, I've became the 2.0 version of myself.
Yeah.
And that was because I had to go through a lot of hardship in America.
Yeah.
Like coming here, not having documents and all that was one of the biggest things, and that's something that people don't talk about a lot. So a lot of persons that are back home, they don't know what is coming here and not having documents, going through all of that and getting yourself back up. So it's for me, it
brings out the beast in you.
Yeah, it's for me right now. I am great right now, bro. Honestly, trading wise, I am doing great as always, and that's what I said. It's never really about the trading aspect of it. It was always about the mental aspect, the psychological part of it.
Yeah.
And that's the reason that people actually fail. The psychological part of it is why 90% of traders fail.
If you had a tip for the audience, what would that be, the ultimate tip for them to never be able to fail?
Don't give up. ever. You literally don't know when things are gonna change. And that's what I have learned. You never know when things are gonna change. If you keep working every single day on the same thing, as long as you believe in it, as long as you have passion towards it, it will work. I promise you.
Are your passions towards like a monetary value? What do you attach to your passion?
Giving back.
Being able to give back.
Being able to give back. That's a big part, and that is because I grew up and saw my family poor, coming from pit toilet and all that. I grew up wanting to change everybody else's life because I didn't want anybody to live the life that I live, and that is why I do everything in my son's name.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
You know, that's my drive. That's my drive for sure.
So where can the audience find you?
Pipstar Life Academy on Instagram, the same for YouTube, same for Twitter, same for everything.
So in terms of like the mentorship that you offer, is it, you know, paid? Is it free? Like how do you go about
It's
this?
paid, but it's more one-on-one. So it's more direct. It's easier to teach you one-on-one than to teach you over a course or anything. So I like being more direct with my students, more personal, right. While I have the time, that is. But yeah.
All right then. All right guys, so this is the Billionaire Podcast. You know, this is Cole Bryant. You know, you can reach him on his social media. I'm going to put it in the comment section. Well, I'm going to put it in the description.
Yeah.
And you guys can let me know what you like about this pod. We're going to actually do a follow-up podcast.
For sure.
Right? This was just a little thing. We saw each other and we were like, yo, bro, we got to come on the podcast. Right? So we got him on the podcast real quick. You know, I don't know the time. But you guys, let me know what you want me to ask him, you know, in the next podcast when we actually link up and we're going to chop it up, guys. We're going to do some vlogs. We're going to do some crazy things. Be sure to follow me at Pajama Billionaire. Be sure to follow the Billionaire Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and be sure to follow Cole Bryant on his Instagram and social media page at
Pipstar Life Academy.
All right, guys. So see you guys on the next pod. Billionaire forever. Winners win.